Similar line, solid start, 5 under. What would you say was the key to your good play out there today?
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say ball striking if I were to pick one, probably. But I also, I mean, I putted really well. I'll be curious to see kind of what the stats show, but it just was like very solid all around. I kind of only made, maybe one or two mistakes out there, and it felt great. Like everything was just right on. I was hitting it where I was looking. I feel like I was in a good frame of mind all day. So yeah, all around it was pretty good.
You mentioned, Damon, just now about the adjustment of work, the awe that can be natural of coming onto the PGA Tour. Could you reflect a little bit on where that awe comes from, like why you think you felt that way, which is awesome to hear?
I know. I've wondered the same thing. I mean, I think it's just maybe just watching guys on TV. I mean, even just like seeing Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas on the putting green last week, it's just like, how am I in the same tournament as these guys? Like I've watched them growing up, and I'm sure that contributes to it a little bit, but also just, I don't know, like maybe building up the PGA Tour to kind of be this pinnacle that it really is, but just kind of like looking forward to it your entire life and then finally being out here, it's like just a little crazy, I guess. But yeah, so.
There's something to be said, there's a way like to hold on to that throughout your career, will in a little bit of a way can help you, and like just keeping that appreciation for being out here, because obviously it's a process and a business and everything, but just to keep kind of that childlike appreciation.
Totally. I think so, yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't imagine ever getting tired of being on tour. I may feel differently 20 years down the road, but especially at this point, like, it's just so cool being out here at all. So to come out and have a little bit of success has been great, but yeah.
What was it like being in the mix down the stretch in Puerto Rico as you look back on that, and what did you learn?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that event, obviously, like, off-week event, it's not quite as big as maybe some of the other ones I've played in, but I was, like, fairly comfortable. I mean, it kind of felt like a Corn Ferry event. Obviously, it's not. It is a PGA Tour event, and there's a lot on the line, so, like, the pressure was definitely higher, but at the same time, I mean, there weren't, like, too many people watching. I think that contributes a lot to kind of the feel of these events, is just, like, the fans and stuff, and so I mean, it didn't feel too crazy coming down the stretch, but obviously, like, when you start to think about kind of what's on the line with a win and getting, like, 2-year exemption and all that, like, there's just a lot more at stake, obviously, than probably what I've played for before, but, yeah, it wasn't probably anything too different, though, than what I felt like trying to either win Corn Ferry events or trying to secure my card. Like, all the pressure is kind of the same feeling.
What was it like seeing Clay Fagler win on America's, your former Pepperdine teammate? And
yeah.
What was just winning as a Monday qualifier?
Yeah, it was so awesome. Hard. I mean, I was so pumped for Clay. Like, he's such a great player, and sometimes it's just like, it's just hard to get status sometimes, like get going. I know he had like maybe 3 Monday playoffs before that, and he was just so close, like right on the verge of breaking through, and then finally gets in and then he wins. So I was so happy for him, and I mean, he deserves it more than anybody, so that was great to see.
Is there anything that you've picked Sahith's brain on at all? Have you spent any time with him out here this year?
A little bit. We've played a couple practice rounds together, and probably haven't asked him maybe too many questions about much, but he's always been super encouraging, kind of along those lines of just like, like telling me that you're good enough to be out here, and like it's just been great to see as a fan just following his success as well, because I've known him for a while now and played alongside him quite a bit in college, and to see like all the cool things that he's done is pretty incredible. And yeah, but he's just been a great friend to me since we met. So.
And what's your take on just how dominant Scotty Scheffler has been? Have you spent any time with him, played any rounds with him at all, and kind of a crazy ball striking run he's been on?
Yeah, I never met Scotty. Obviously watched him quite a bit over the last few years, just pretty much at the top of every single tournament he plays in, and it's pretty cool to see. I feel like I like the way that he plays the game. I feel like he's not really like a mechanics guy. It seems like he like really is like a guy who hits shots out there, and I admire that for sure and try to be like that. And I mean, yeah, he's just, I mean, standout, by far the best player in the world. So like, it's pretty cool to be in a tournament with him. And then I saw today, I think we shot the same score, so that makes me feel pretty good. But yeah, I mean, I'm a huge Scotty fan, that's for sure.
Is it as close as it could ever? I mean, so many players on tour, but like, it's almost like when you're in a field with him, you kind of just naturally keep track of what he's doing, just of how well he's been playing.
I think so. I mean, he's obviously the guy who has the biggest crowd out here, and I'm always kind of looking over like, oh, like there's Scotty Scheffler a couple holes over, and yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's still, like I said earlier, like it's just crazy to be playing in tournaments with these guys, and yeah, so to be able to just like be on the same golf course as Scotty is pretty cool.
Awesome. Joe,
Yeah,
you're the man.
you guys.
Thank you so much.
All right,
As
thank
always.
you guys.